Hi guys, how are you doing today? Sorry, this has to take like 3 to 4 days before I can just continue with the review or stuff like that. I have two of my viewers who said they wanted to buy this case, and I told them to hold up for this review before they buy it. So if they decided to buy it at the end of the day, at least they know what I'm talking about. So this is the case that I did the unboxing of the other day from AeroCool, and this case is actually designed towards mini ATX motherboard and ITX motherboard. So if you're kind of person that like the idea of ITX build, but you don't want it so small and you like to have more slots for instance, you want to have more slot for memory, and you want to have the PCI slot for your GPU. You want to have two, but the ITX only has one PCI and two memory slot. So you will want to go for mini. That's a micro or mini ATX board that has 4 slots, or that has 2 slots, or that has. But at least you're gonna get 2 PCI slots. One for your graphics card and one for maybe you want to use it as a stream, and you are interested in this mini ATX case. So don't let me ramble around, don't let me just talking around, and let me just go straight to the point. My periods are getting wide now, old man to be, so I hope you guys are enjoying. So I'm gonna go easy and talk about some few things I like and the things I don't like about this case. Don't get me wrong, this case is great. It's very, very compact. It doesn't take too much space in your desktop. And I like the fact that it's just designed towards the micro ATX case. And you are not interested in the big ATX board or eATX motherboard. You just want the micro ATX motherboard. This case is good for it. I did compare it with the Lourey and thermal case, and price-wise, I would say it's a little bit expensive, and I'll tell you the reason why I say it's a little bit expensive. Let me start with some other things then before I get into the main bumper. If you look at the back cover is so flimsy. The metal they used to build this is about 3.5, because I did check it with one of my tools I have here. Oh, I couldn't open that. Oh, anyway. So I had to use this to check the decimate of this. It's just like 3.0, 3.1. I will put the link down there. So it's very, very light. So if you're someone who doesn't like that, well, this might be a bumper for you. But for me, it's okay. The lighter it is, the more light to carry it is. Then the glass is also very, very slim. So you can see the thickness of the tempered glass is not that much. It's a tempered glass, it's a real glass, but I guess something you can still go with. So it's actually maybe just to reduce the cost of production. So the designer of this great case did a very great job designing everything to go according to a micro ATX or ITX motherboard, which you have space in. And the biggest problem I'm having with this case is actually has to do with this front cover. Like I told you before, it's made out of plastic. Yeah, it's made out of plastic, and you can see I've gotten some of them has been broken off from there just by me opening it. I got it break off. So if you're not careful, some of the little fingers also, I got a lot of break-offs here on the table that they all break off one by one, little by little. The more I open it, the more I get breaks from one angle to the other. So this is just the only reason I would have said, well, I cannot advise you to buy this case. But if you don't care, if you're not going to be opening this case like every time or every day, but you need to clean it, because except for the mesh you have here in front here, which is screwed down to this, there's no other mesh protecting dust from going into your system. So if you have dust in your system, you might want to clean it up, then you have to open it, then this is going to just keep on breaking and breaking and breaking. No matter how careful you are, it will continue to break. This is just plastic. It's made from PE something, I can't remember the name, but I can put it down there. So it's going to be breaking every time. Bumper. Like I said before, there are 3 versions of this case. They have the V1, the V2, and the V3. The V1 comes with just black fans. The V2 is this one I have here, and the V3 is the one that comes with, I think it has a controller. It comes with a controller where you can plug the fans into and be able to control the RGB via your motherboard. I tried to get one, but I have not been able to get one, so I wouldn't be able to tell you how to use it with your motherboard. But this one, the V2, please don't buy the V2. The reason being, you cannot control these fans unless you want to go strictly in another DIY version. And another way is you just go get yourself a fan that has the normal controller. I have a cooler fans with me now. This is 140 you can put in front, and this is 120 you can put on top. That is what I'm going to be going through. I'm going to be putting this Corsair fan because I like this case and I want to use this case. So I'm going to be using the Corsair fan in the system. It's silent, I can control them, I can control the RGB, I can switch them off if I don't want. So I will be using them on this case. So that is why I went for that. But you know, if you're adding this price to it, to this case, you buy these fans and everything, that means the price is going up. This case is already $30 to $40 of pounds or euro already now. If you're adding all these fans to it, it's gonna go higher and it's gonna be more problem. I'm actually not powering the system. I'm connecting the fan through to the power and jump starting it with a pin, so for you to just see the illumination of the fan. The RGB is nice, it's pure. I think the plastic, the white, the softener and everything makes it very nice. But the only problem I have is we cannot control it, because this, if you can see from the back, is connected with a Molex connector and there's nothing controlling the RGB, and that's all. So I was doing the dismantling and I found out there is nothing much to dismantle from this case. It's so small and so tidy. I'm going to turn it around to the inside. So like I said, I'm not powering the motherboard directly. I just connected the fans to the power supply for it to be able to work, so you can see the fan RGB. CPU cooler, I'm using a big one from Deepco, so you can basically use any nice one. If you're migrating from one system, ATX system, into this, you might be able to use some of your components, at the exception of the GPU. If you have a big ass GPU, they have a specification on their website what kind of GPU goes into this. If you have a long GPU, it doesn't fit inside, you cannot use it. And on their own webpage, they do claim you can have 2 fans down here, and I did check it out, and I found that if you're having 2 fans down here, you'll be blocking a lot of things from your computer. And there's this PCI slot down there. This is one of the reasons why you want to build with a micro ATX board, so you can utilize those PCI slots. But if you're having a fan here, you cannot utilize it. So I would not advise you to put any fan here, no matter how slim the fan is. It's still gonna block a lot of things there. So I don't think it's a good idea to have any fan down there. And up here, you could add some other fans. Also, you can have 2 fans up there. I nearly caught myself there. You can have 2 there, 120, 120 on top. And I believe that is all. So I'm gonna subtract the 2 fans that said they can be here, except if you're buying these nuclear slim fans or stuff like that. I think Thermotech also have one also. You can put them there. Maybe it will not disturb anything you put there, but basically I'm not going to advise it, because these are enough fans. You have 2 140 in front, 1 in the back for exhaust, and you can have also 2 here for maybe exhaust or intake or whatever. So you get enough flow into your system, enough airflow into your system. So that is just my own opinion. You have your own opinion, but that is it. I would have loved this place to be covered, but you can use it for something else. It doesn't really matter. So that's a good feature there. Then if you move to the side, this is a nice feature. The one for holding the GPU. If you put for holding a PCI slot or card, any card you put into here, being graphics card or video card or whatever, this doesn't fall off. It's just attached here in a way that it's just like an hinges, which you can just close it and open it. It falls off because there's nothing screwing it down, but at least not intentionally. So it opens and closes. You can close it back, and they have a thumb screws which they use to lock it in place. So it's a good feature. I like it. It's a good idea and stuff like that. I did use SFL power pack in this place. The reason being that I tried to insert the ATX power pack and it did fit, but cable management becomes a problem. You have just less gap in between here to manage all your cables. And because this has a space on top here, I was able to stock some cables inside there. But with a big ATX power pack, you might not be able to do that. You can do more power management, cable management as you like. If you can do that, it's a plus. It's good. And I was able to put 2 hard drives in the cage here, one inside the cage and one on top of the cage, so you'll still be able to put 2 over there again. I like the idea that you can get through to the back of where maybe you want to change your cooler or whatever without having to remove the motherboard. So there's a space for you here to actually walk around here without having to remove the whole of the motherboard to be able to get into installing CPU, cooler and stuff like that. So cables are just, my power cable is not working, so I could not use this control to power the system. I think I have a default one, or I don't know, I'm not sure, but I have tried different motherboard to try to check whether the problem is from my board or from this. Then I found out it's from this, so I couldn't use it for now until I'm able to get it set. So these are just the main reason. The only reason you can buy this if you don't care about opening this one and these clips keep on breaking off, if you don't really care and you're being very careful, maybe they might last, because if they all get broke off, I've already lost 2 and there are only 4. Okay, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there are 6, 8, and I've lost 2 completely, and half of the other 2 are broken, so I only have a few left. So if you break everything off, I'm not sure you'll be able to use this directly, or you just have to find a way to glue them to the front there. So guys, because of the fan and because of that, I would not recommend this case. But if you're willing to go for this case, you can add more money and get the version 3, or you just go for the version 2, or the version 1, but don't go for the version 2 because of this fan has no control whatsoever. So you'll just be adding more money to get a better fans. So that's just my own opinion, like I said. Apart from that, this is a great case. It's a lovely case. I'm gonna build into this case for my own personal use because I love the size that it takes on the table. It doesn't take too much space. And I'm gonna try to walk around to maybe do more with this case. So guys, I forgot to talk about this. I have it on my table, but somehow I forgot. The radiator. This is from Cooler Master. It's a little bit thicker. Maybe if you get a smaller one, maybe it might work. This is the only one I have lying around here where I have, and this is 120 radiator. That is about 240 in length or something like that. Let me see. This is Master Liquid Leads 240 radiator. It doesn't fit, it doesn't go in. There's no way it's gonna go inside there. It's longer than it, unless you wanna mount it on top, which is gonna be a lot of job. It doesn't go here, and it doesn't go in front either. So, this is 240, it doesn't go inside. So, I'm not gonna tell you the radiator that is above 240 is gonna work in this case, because it's not. You might get the 120, and that will work maybe at the back, on top or in front. So, forget about radiator if you want to use this, unless you can find yourself a shorter radiator and a slimmer radiator, then it might work in the system. As far as I'm concerned, I don't have any. This is the only one I have. If you're a company out there that want to send me some stuff, I'll be willing to take them. So thank you very much. Again, Odabo.